I'm at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for words. Welcome to Sarcastic Remarks. My name is Ryan Chambers alongside my brothers James to my left and Chris to my right. We're the official Dallas Stars podcast of THPN. We're DraftKings Sportsbook is our sponsor. Use the promo code THPN. We appreciate them for being our sponsor. Guys, put some words in my mouth. I don't know what to say.
We're officially brought to you by Jason Robertson and his uncanny ability to score goals no matter where he is.
He's absolutely insane. He just everything he's shooting right now is going in. It doesn't matter where he's shooting it from.
The first goal, I just laughed. It was nothing.
I think he did too.
It was nothing. It just went in.
I laughed the entire game, you guys. I laughed the absolute entire game. I literally sat down, watched the game during the second period, and thought, I'm watching a video game. I'm not watching real life. This is a video game. This is ridiculous, watching what this guy can do. Absolutely ridiculous. And we said, oh, well, maybe we can start talking about somebody else other than Jason Robertson. No, we can't, because he keeps doing it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So Jason Robertson, first star of the month for November. He celebrates by scoring a hat trick in this game. 2 power play goals, 1 even strength. Stars win 5-0 against a really bad team. They take care of business. These are the types of games that may be like, well, we're going to win the Stanley Cup, obviously. But pump the brakes on that. The Ducks kind of suck.
They do suck. And really quick, I feel really bad because the preacher at my church is a Ducks fan. He's originally from California, and I feel really bad for him because he was really excited for this game because he's like, oh, it's your team and it's my team. And he understands that they're in a rebuild. He understands that they're kind of sucking it up right now. But I wasn't expecting this, and I don't think he was either. Just absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so during the third period, after he scored his third goal, I had a conniption. I thought, I can't use the words incredible. I can't use the word amazing. So Robo needs his own adjective to describe his play, right? And I, of course, like everybody else, I asked Twitter, what do they think? Okay. Here's some words that describe Jason Robertson better than I can. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Superlative. Absolute. Robotic. Robtastic. Inevitable. And this is my favorite one. Here's my favorite one. Nuclear. I love that one. Nuclear.
I don't know. All I'm going to say is the dude's a machine. Yeah. You get it? Robo,
yeah, he's the machine.
Is this what it's like listening for y'all when I say a stupid dad joke like that?
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
now you know how it feels.
This is so crazy. Oh my goodness. Okay, guys, let's get into the game tonight. First period, Dallas. Oh, big surprise. They go on the penalty kill. Hakanpää with a delay of game penalty, but I think it was Bruce that put it best on the ticket. It was one of those penalties that was just kind of a whatever. It kind of happens every once in a while kind of penalty. There's a couple of chances for Mason McTavish, which, by the way, Mason McTavish looks fantastic. If there's anything that you're looking at if you're a Ducks fan, that guy is going to be really good. He actually gets one off the crossbar. He had another chance. And then Otter also denied 2 other chances from Henrique and Vetrano. And Otter looked absolutely fantastic tonight. So what did y'all think of Otter's play there, particularly in that power play for the Ducks?
Well, and particularly in the first period, that's where Otter is shining the most. I mean, the Ducks had multiple chances to really start off this game on the right foot, and Otter just denied him every step of the way. We blew him out the rest of the game, but the first period, Otter had to be good, and he was very good.
Yeah, and exactly. It's just he played good for the time that we needed him, and he made the important saves at the beginning of the game so that we could get the lead first.
Yep.
Going after that, first line gets a couple of chances, and it goes in, it goes out, it goes in, it goes out. They're doing a couple of changes and everything, and then Robo has scored from everywhere. And he gets creative. He's like, you know what? I'm going to score from behind the goalie. Yeah. He throws it in net. It happens to go off Vakanainen, and it goes in. Absolutely ridiculous. I shouldn't be like, oh my gosh, that was a great goal. But Robertson can score from anywhere. Yeah. Literally anywhere.
It's obviously lucky. It's just shocking that all of his shots are going in. That's like James said. It feels like nothing is getting stopped. And he just keeps shooting. So he scores a bunch.
And I thought surely it would slow down at this point, right? I mean, I know I love it. Don't get me wrong, but you would think that it would slow down at some point. Robertson's like, oh, it's December. It must be like November 32nd. I don't know. And he's the first one in the NHL to get to 20 goals because he is the NHL goal scoring leader. He extends his point streak to 17 games. 17 NHL games. Robertson has scored at least 1 point. Most of those multi-points. Absolutely ridiculous. Johnston would actually have a redirection tip play there towards the end of the first period, and Miller was actually looking for him. So Miller actually had that shot, and it was on purpose. It wasn't just by chance. And Johnston had an excellent game tonight, regardless of the goal that he scored.
Definitely.
Ben continues to his Renaissance. He just doesn't get rewarded for it with a goal tonight, but he looked really good tonight. Good. And then I do want to talk about this right now because it did happen in the game. Johnston gets hit. I don't know if it was a clean hit or not. I was still up for debate about that. I thought it was clean, but some people were saying, no, that's not clean. But regardless, it was a big hit on a 19-year-old. He's a rookie. Delandria and Mason Marchment immediately go after him. Mason Marchment gets there first. They drop the gloves, him and Benoit do. And then I didn't understand this, and I'm still sick of it. Mason Marchment gets a 10-minute misconduct penalty, along with the 5-minute major and a 2-minute instigator penalty as well. Is that fair? What do y'all think?
No, I don't know what's going on, honestly. I mean, is this happening in other teams? Because I feel like it has to have. Because there's 3 instigating penalties, I think, on the Stars this year. When I haven't seen any in the past 3 seasons. So yeah. I don't know. I'm confused.
And I think that the 10-minute misconduct is attached because of the instigating, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there were some people were tweeting like, oh, the instigating's fine, but the 10-minute isn't. It's attached with the instigating. So those go hand in hand.
And I know it's automatic, but still, it's still frustrating. So whatever. What did y'all think about the first period overall?
It was a good period by the Stars. They allowed too many chances, but they still won the period by a mile. This was the only competitive period of the game. After this, it was all Stars.
Yeah.
Going into the second period, Dallas starts on the penalty kill because of that Mason Marchment instigator penalty. There's a great save by Otter on a Anaheim point-blank chance during that power play. Carrick is the one that gets that opportunity. Garyanov is on the second line with Mason serving the misconduct penalty. Pavs gets a chance. Johnston gets a chance. There's a really good shift by the third line. Kiwi actually stole the puck, whiffed on it, and had a really good opportunity. I really wish he had a better opportunity on that. Robo forces a turnover. They force a power play for them. Miro gets a shot. It's a good save by Stolars. And then Robo gets on Hattie watch with his second of the game. It goes post and in. I love the sound when it goes post and in. And it's a power play goal from the left circle. Absolutely beautiful shot. And Hintz had the screen there, and Stars are up 2-0.
Yeah. Past 5 games, he showed off that wrist shot over and over again. It's one of the best in the league.
It's insane that one off season he's made his shot that much better.
When it was already good to begin with, right? I mean, to be totally honest, it was good to begin with. So after that, Zegras had a really dangerous chance, but he trips on nothing. I don't know. Yeah. Trips on nothing, and that would have been a really dangerous chance. That probably would have popped Otter's bubble there, but Robo had a chance again. Hintz had a chance again, and Dallas is just completely, absolutely dominating Anaheim, that's the way that it should be. And then Kiviranta gets a rebound goal off of a Miro point shot. It's his 4th of the season. And then Pavelski also with another point as well. So what do y'all think of Kiviranta's play so far this season? Because he's been absolutely fantastic. I mean, he's pitching in 4 goals as a 4th liner, and he's doing all the little things right.
Yeah, it definitely deserved goal by Kiviranta and the fourth line in general. They've looked pretty good recently. I think every line played good tonight except for that the Sagan Marchment line didn't really get a lot going, but there's also Marchment wasn't on the ice for 17 minutes, so kind of got to give them a little bit of a pass. But yeah, it was just really good game overall. All three lines looked really good,
and that's just Kiwi shooting every chance he gets. I mean, it bounces right off his chest. He takes the shot before it hits the ground, and whacks it in.
He should shoot more, honestly, because he had that chance on the 2-on-1 again that he should have taken that shot.
Yeah.
Johnston goes to show off some moves and shows that he's really starting to gain confidence there in the last 5 minutes of the period. Dallas goes on a power play because Anaheim has too many men on the ice. They would go on the penalty kill right after that power play after they get nothing. They get Garyana for holding. There's a really good pad save by Otter there to end the period, and it ends just a absolutely fantastic, dynamic, robotastic period for the Dallas Stars. They're up 3-0 going into the second intermission. What do y'all think?
Happy. That's what you gotta do to a bad team. At that point, the game was over. Third period was icing.
They highlight Kiviranta right off at the beginning of the third period, and again, he's been very good. I would argue he's been the perfect fourth liner, just like Hanley has been a very good seventh defenseman for the Stars for several years now. Hence, we get tripped. Dallas will go on the power play, and then Robertson gets the hat trick goal. He scores from a very similar spot that he scored his second goal from. It's the second power play goal for Robertson, and I'm at loss for words at the fact that this guy is just not going to slow down.
Befuddling.
That's a good one. I like that one.
I don't know. What else can we say about him really anymore now?
Yeah, I know, right? Exactly.
He's the best player in hockey. The end.
Yeah, I mean, he's matching Connor McDavid. I mean, Connor McDavid had that 3-point night the other night when he pulled in with one, and now he has his own 3-point night. So,
and then even Razor mentioned this right after the goal. As Jeff K is announcing the hat trick goal, the American Airlines Center is just going absolutely berserk for this 23-year-old that came out of nowhere a year and a half ago, or about 2 years ago now. And it just made me realize that this guy was on the taxi squad during the bubble run. Can you imagine if he had his breakout during the playoffs, during that bubble run? I mean, just think about that. It's these kind of questions that like depress me as a Stars fan a little bit because
no. We won 5-0. We're not depressed.
I know, but like it gets me excited for the future as well. All right, you didn't let me finish, Chris. It gets me excited for the future as well with the fact that we're seeing Robertson do amazing things like this. Johnston gets on the board as well tonight. He puts it upstairs, 5-0. Beautiful dangle goal. It's his seventh of the season. His seventh of the season for a rookie in 25 games. That's fantastic for a 19-year-old. I mean, he's younger than all three of us.
Yeah. Johnson's looking great, especially recently. Again, I wish he would get some more assists, just more points in general, because almost all of his points are goals. But we'll take goals, too, especially when he does it himself like that one. That was filthy.
Yeah.
And especially the synergy between the first line, which we've seen for several years now, but that third line is really starting to see some synergy that we saw for a little bit at the beginning of the season, and then Dellandrea was kind of plucked from that line to get put on the second line to try to get that line going. And obviously, that was the wrong move because that third line, it looks extremely dangerous in both zones, in the defensive zone, taking care of their own end of the ice, and they're doing it in the offensive zone, and they're going up most of the time up against the best line of the other team. So it's just great to see that third line clicking.
Yeah,
and really,
go ahead.
Really, at this point, it is the second line. I mean,
that's
they're
exactly
scoring
what I thought
a
too.
lot more than the second line is.
So I kind of skipped over it, but Dellandrea's the whole thing with him and the goalie in front, I thought that was kind of ridiculous. He literally had his stick held by the defenseman, but I was just like, we're up 4-0, whatever.
Yeah, if it was a close game, we would have challenged it and probably gotten it, but who cares?
Right. Exactly. And I thought it was kind of funny that even though we were up 4-0, the American Airlines Center was still chanting "Ref, you suck." That was
As they should.
Pretty funny. And my favorite player of all time, Joel Hanley. What the heck? He decides to jump up on the rush? What? Who is this guy? He goes on 2-on-1 on Dallas. He gets a great shot and he gets a good chance. And it was an even better save by Stolars. But I had to mention that because I thought that was really interesting. So everyone getting in on the offense tonight, even the seventh defenseman. Robertson shoots high. That was the only other thing I mentioned. And then mind-blowing, what the heck? Jamie Benn pulls off a dangle that we haven't seen for over 10 years. Like what? He's literally going 1v2 against the Anaheim Ducks. He dangles, and then all of a sudden it's just him and the goalie, and he gets the penalty shot awarded to him. What did y'all think about that particular play?
I mean, at that point, Ben's just having a laugh. I mean, he's just having fun. He doesn't care what's going on. He's just trying to make something cool happen, and boy, did he do it.
Yeah. And it looks like he's not going to slow down from November either. I mean, he didn't really get a point tonight, but he looked really good in the game.
It's a miracle he didn't score.
I also wanted to mention this. Do you think that he got snuffed from being one of the 3 stars of the month? I understand that Robertson, yes, he deserves it. But don't you think, I know they're from the same team, but still, when you're 1-2 in scoring in the month of November and you don't get put as the second star?
In my opinion, yes. That's from my tweet. He should be the number 3 star of the month for sure, in my opinion. So
I would say the same thing about like Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. If that was the case with those two, they should both. If they're 1-2 in the month, they deserve to both be on that. Not like the players really care, but it's only the fans that really care about it, and they get butthurt about it.
And the fact that it was Ben's best month of his entire career,
and that's the other thing.
Number 3.
That's ridiculous.
That's terrible.
And not only does that show you how good Ben has been, but it shows you how ridiculous Robertson's month of November was. And it continues in tonight's game. It's ridiculous. I'm at a loss for words.
And something for a Wednesday night podcast, it shows you how much scoring has increased in the NHL, which is what they were trying to do for 5 years. I mean, Ben won the Art Ross with 87 points. And
yeah,
was that 15, 16?
Yeah, Robertson's about to beat it in half as many games. So
yeah.
It's going to be crazy.
And the Stars in the game, 5-0. They get the big win. I mean, this is what we expect out of this team. And I'm not surprised at the end result, but yet I'm still surprised about the amount of players that were so great tonight. I mean, the Renaissance continues. Robertson, I shouldn't be surprised, but I still am. He still finds a way to surprise me. Wyatt Johnston really coming into his own with the dangles, the confidence we're starting to see, and the fact that he's now got 4 points in the last 5 games. That's a big deal for a rookie, and now he's 3rd in rookie goal scoring this year. So, I mean, what happened tonight, guys? What happened? Pick something.
A better team played a bad team, and they did what they had to do.
Yeah. And I'll push it even more specifically down to special teams. I mean, that the Anaheim Ducks are the worst special teams team in the entire league, and we are probably one of the best, if not the best. I mean, that is a very poor matchup for them, and that it showed a lot in the game tonight.
And who's your biggest winner? Who's your biggest loser tonight? Should we even mention who the biggest winner is? Like, really? Do we even need to say it?
My biggest winner is Ottinger.
There we go. Yeah, we'll take it.
Ottinger gets the shutout. He was fantastic in the first period. After that, he wasn't challenged too much, but he needed a good game. This is a bounce back for our goalies, really. Both of them, I feel like. I think because Widgie had a great game last game as well against the Blues. So 2 bounce back games for both of them. They're back in the swing of things. He's making the charge back for the Vezina. It's coming.
I'll take the easy winner, I guess. I'll choose Robertson. He's ridiculous, dude. You don't even have to say anything about it. It's just Robertson every time.
Yeah.
I'll give it to Johnston. I'm so excited. I am so freaking excited to see what this guy can do. Because we're just scraping the surface of what I believe this guy can be. Can he be a Robertson? Maybe. I don't know. But we are literally just scratching the surfaces on some of these prospects that have come up. And we haven't even seen Logan Stankoven in a Dallas Stars uniform in the regular season yet, you guys.
By the way, he's taking Bedard and he's like choke slamming him into the boards right now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just destroying him all over the place. So we basically have a first overall pick just waiting to be here next year.
I'm so excited, you guys. I don't know what else to say. I'm so stinking excited.
It's exciting. I do actually have a biggest loser tonight. Something that I think we can be a little concerned about. What happens when Robertson stops, if ever, which that's an if, honestly, right now. We're going to need some scoring from Seguin and Marchment and whoever else we decide is going to be playing with them. Because, I mean, they have been ice cold. For how good Robertson and Ben have been, Marchment and Seguin have probably been equally as bad. Because there's nothing. So we need help from them.
I don't think Marchment has been as bad. Seguin has been very strange. He looks good. Like everything he's doing, he looks good for the most part, at least to me. He's just not getting the puck to go into the net. It's almost like Ben sucked up all of his energy and took it and ran with it.
They're just not matching up right now. I mean, you see the passing that the first and the third line are doing so well together, and like the chemistry is there. And just between Seguin and Marchment, they're just never on the same page right now. And that might have to do just with a forward being different, like every third game for them, which is probably going to happen next game because Foxy did not look good in there with them. So I don't know. Something's got to give.
Speaking of things to talk about for Wednesday, apparently the Stars are looking for a top 6 forward. That's the rumor, which makes complete sense. Absolute complete sense. Because they're trying to find somebody to play with Seguin and Marchment. Because they seem to got something going, but nobody else seems to be able to play with them.
Yeah. I mean, that would for sure be huge, especially if they could trade off some of the contracts that we have weighing us down. So if Nil can make something like that happen, that's a that's a Stanley Cup move, is what that is. That's your Brett Hull coming in the last second to make your game-winning goal. So that's what we're looking for. That it really feels like that is the final piece. Like we need somebody to play with those guys, and we don't have anybody, so we need some help. So I like that.
Drew and Brandon both over here saying the biggest lover. Drew Butler says the biggest lover. I love it. Is Heiskanen because he had 3 assists tonight and he's an afterthought. Brandon also saying, show him some love, 3 points in the game. You got to give him some love, right? I mean, Miro Heiskanen has quietly been very good. And that's not something that we expected from this season. We expected him to kind of break out and be like this all-knowing defenseman. But, I mean, all the stories have been about Robertson, but Miro has been very good quietly.
And James pointed out a couple podcasts ago that we're kind of looking at it wrong. We're like looking and wanting to see a Makar, like somebody who makes that much of a difference offensively, where we're looking at it wrong. Heiskanen's not a Makar, he's a Heiskanen. So he controls both ends of the rink. Where Makar controls offensively and does that very well, Heiskanen is your best defender and your best offensive guy and your best puck mover and your best guy on the power play. Even when he's not scoring on the power play, he's the reason our power play is so good. That's for sure. Because when he was out, our power play sucked. So that's why it's quiet. He's not the flashy player. He's like Robertson in that sense. He's not the flashy guy. He does everything exactly correct and is just super efficient in the way he does it. So 3 assists and 4 shots on goal too. He could have easily scored tonight too. And 24-30 of time on ice, blowing all the other defenders out of the water with how much he's playing. He's one of the best overall defensemen in the league.
I'll end tonight with this question, and then we'll call it quits tonight. This popped into my head. Can Robertson get the famed 50 goals in 50 games? Can he do it?
I'm not gonna say no right now.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's I think the crazy thing is that he has 10 of those goals in the last 6 games. So it's really been the last couple of games where he's just lit it up.
He had 2 goals in the first 7 games of the season.
He's blowing out the Rocket Richard right now. He's like almost running away from McDavid at this point.
He's got 4 goals on him right now.
That's insane.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
And he can't believe it. We saw the GIF on Twitter. He's just putting his arms up.
What's happening?
What's happening?
Yeah, I know.
No.
What? You don't know what's happening? How am I supposed to know what's happening?
I wonder if he had like his own Space Jam moments, like in real life, and he somehow sucked the talent from Wayne Gretzky and like Bobby Orr and all of these great hockey players, and he just has it right now, and he's got it like intrinsically motivated inside his body right now. I just don't understand. I mean, there's nothing else to say about this guy. It's absolutely ridiculous. But all right, guys, we're gonna close it out tonight. Anything else y'all need to say?
Big game Sunday matinee could start kind of slow. The Stars have this so far this season done very well in matinees. They've started very solidly, which was a good change from last year. We still need to start hot and take care of the Wild and show them why Kaprizov is actually trash and Robertson should have won the Rookie of the Year.
I'm perfectly okay with Kaprizov winning it if Robertson is going to continue playing like this.
Fair.
Just saying. That's okay. All right, guys. Go and check out StarcasticRemarksShop.com. There's going to be a sale and a promo code starting tomorrow morning. It's going to last all the way through to Sunday, so be looking out for that. I'll be posting that on social media.
All your bathroom essentials.
All your bathroom essentials. No shower curtains, though.
Toothpaste, shampoo, conditioner, 3-in-1.
We're actually going to do a contest here for the best adjective to describe Robertson's play right now. The best winner gets a free Starcastic Remarks t-shirt from me. I'll pay for it.
Bro.
So, first contest in Starcastic Remarks history. No, you can't win it.
What?
You already have a Sarcastic Remarks shirt. I gave you one.
I want another.
We'll come up with...
They're just so comfortable and fashionable. I just want as many as I can get.
Go and also check out StarcasticRemarks.com, our brand new website that dropped about 2 weeks ago. There's a new blog post about why Jason Robertson is the best NHL player right now, and he more than solidified that again tonight, although I can't write another blog post about it because it would just be redundant.
All right.
And thank you to DraftKings Sportsbook for being our sponsor of this episode. Go and use that promo code THPN. Along with Chris and James, my name is Ryan. We'll catch you guys on the flip side, and we hope you guys have a good, fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you guys are listening. Chris, take us out.
GG, boys.
See you guys later.